It can feel a little bit intimidating the first time you hold one of these. There are so many controls, there are so many knobs, there are so many things that are moving that you might pretty much wonder if you're going to ever get the hang of it. But I assure you, you will. This is what is called a three-axis gimbal. The first axis is horizontal. This is the second axis, and this is the third axis. By adjusting all three, you can get the results that you need. All you have to do is put in your phone, turn this around, tweak this as much as you want, and then this also as much as you want. And how you do that is largely dependent on the size of your phone and the weight of your phone. A heavier phone will require a lot of tweaking to get the right positioning than a lighter phone needs. The same thing for a bigger phone. It's going to take a little bit more of walking around to get the right positioning that you want compared to a smaller phone. Every gimbal has basically three components: the gimbal itself, the tripod stand, and the charging cable. This is pretty much all you get in the standard packaging of the average gimbal. Most of them, and I have not seen any that's the exception to this rule, do not come with a charging brick in the box. But this is a standard USB to USB-C cable, so you can plug it into almost any regular charging brick that you have for charging this device, and it works. Let's start with charging. Your gimbal, if you look around the handle, will have a USB-C port somewhere, and here is the USB-C charging port for this one. And all you have to do to charge it is to open that up, plug in your charger into a wall socket or a power bank, wherever, and then plug this in. And you will see the LED strip here lighting up intermittently. In this particular model, whenever the battery is full, instead of lighting intermittently or blinking, it will just light up and stay there. All these characters will be permanently on. That tells you that this particular model is fully charged. For some others, it might be a change of color of an LED light or whatever. It depends on the manufacturer, but plug in your charging cable, leave it to charge. As with any electronic device, you're better off getting a full charge before you start using it. Now, let's assume that charging is done. I didn't use this because I already have the USB-C cable. Now, you need to set it up. At the base of the gimbal is a connector that allows you to screw in, and you have the tripod stand here that fits in there perfectly. Now, what you want to do is screw your stand in like this till it is firm, and then you open the legs so that your gimbal can stand on its own. Our guy here, all looking good. Next step, right now nothing is moving here, and the next step is to unlock. If you look around, you'll find an unlock knob. Once you unlock, everything can move. I'm also unlocking this. There is a knob here that holds this in place, that locks it in place. So you need to unlock that too. The idea is to make sure that everything about your gimbal is moving. And then we want to put in a phone. Now, everything can move, and you can see that it takes a natural position. It's very interesting because setting up a gimbal requires a bit of understanding balance and physics. I don't mean you're sitting down with calculations and all that when I say physics. I'm just talking about balance and gravity. If you unscrew this enough so that this can move, right? You see it changes position. You adjust it a little bit in the other direction, it changes position a little bit more, adjust it a little bit more. Now, what we're trying to do is find balance. That's pretty much it. You keep moving it and adjusting little by little till you find a horizontal balance. This looks good enough, so I'm going to tighten the screw at this point. Now, if I want to record horizontally, I'm good. As a rule, the idea is to try to keep these clamps in the nearest center of gravity possible for your phone. But phones are so big these days that that's almost impossible because no matter how much adjustments I do here, this will never be at the center of gravity of this phone. But as it is, like I said, this setup is now ready for horizontal recording. And that's how you set up your gimbal. Adjust the knob, adjust this. If you look closely, you can see some measurements there that will guide you, and you can keep records of what position actually works for your phone so that you're not doing trial and error the next time you need to use your phone. We're done with this. If the gimbal you have is an electronic one, you look for the power button and then you press and hold to power it on, and it comes on. Now it has taken a very smooth position all by itself. This is not turning, nothing is moving. And now you can start recording. One of the challenges you will have, again, because phones have gotten so big, if you want to use a microphone for your audio, you need to access this USB-C port. This is the receiver for your lavalier mic, your wireless mic. Let's see if we can remove this. Now, take note, there's a vibration going on here now. Whenever you remove your phone while the gimbal is on, it vibrates to notify you. It fits in. So you can use your wireless mic with it. That's the wireless mic attached to the phone. And even though the clamp is not holding it at its center of gravity, it's doing a good job. And one can, voila, record. I'm going to power this off and see what happens when you power it off. It just limps, it goes limp. An electronic gimbal of this sort is quite versatile. It does some work on your behalf to keep things steady. Those are the basics for using a gimbal. Another feature that certain models offer is this one. This has a fill light that you can put on. For example, if you're recording with this and you want light to help with your recording, press and hold this button here that looks like a light bulb. Now what it does is that it controls this light, and which can aid your video recording in all situations. Now notice that this gimbal is held at an angle now. It's still keeping the phone horizontal. No matter what I do, no matter how I turn it, it keeps the phone horizontal. Anyway, back to the lighting. This is a light that assists for lighting up your subject. And here is the control button for that. This. So when I press and hold, that light comes on. There you go. It's brighter than your phone's flash. If you want to use your phone's flash as well, use it and this will augment to brighten up your subject. Great, right? Now take note, because a gimbal has many moving parts, when you want to store it away, it's important that you lock all the modes. I have locked this. I locked it by using this button so that nothing is moving horizontally. I have locked this by making sure this is a manual thing that you have to make sure that this clicks in there. You can hear that click. I've locked that. And then this one, that is locked. All three axes are locked. This is locked, this is locked, and this is locked. So that nothing is moving. And then you fold the tripod and unscrew and then put it away somewhere where damage will not happen to it. You have to be extremely careful in storing your gimbal away. Do keep it well. Thanks for watching this video. Do like it, hit the follow button below to follow my channel, turn on your notifications. That's the notification that looks like an alarm bell. And I'll see you in another video when I bring you helpful tips for using your phone gimbal. Take care.